Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you are an old friend, then welcome back. I think we've seen a lot of 2 and 3 of Wands over the last couple weeks. And it's very much, like the plan, right? The plan. Planning, preparing. So I kind of want to focus on that right now and see if we can pull on that energy and get some clarification as to what it is exactly that we're supposed to be preparing for and how, are we supposed to be preparing, things like that. So if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to the video and or the channel. If you are already subscribed, please do turn on the notifications. I have noticed that my views have gone down significantly, over the last week or two. It's whatever. It could be from karmics reporting my videos. It could just be, YouTube keeping down the little guy. Well, but, we push on regardless. And we do what we can, to try to get around all the stupid shit that they try to do. Just like, as above, so below, just like in the real world, right? And even the spiritual world where, we have people trying to hold us back, trying to make sure that we don't grow and progress. And that's even more reason to tap into this, what are we planning for and how do we do it energy. So I think I'm going to start with this deck right here. Tell me, please, clarify for us about the plan, right? This 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands energy that we've been getting so much of recently. Okay, keep moving forward, right? So this is the plan, but it's also the purpose, right? To keep moving forward, okay? That makes sense. What else? Anything else from this deck? Okay, new start. All right. Also, very straightforward. It's the purpose and the plan. We're one and the same. All right. Okay. Stolen and thrive. Right? So it's like someone's trying to steal your ability to thrive, trying to steal your future. Okay. Oh, this is all beautiful stuff. Okay. You cannot break someone who draws their power from God. Okay. So you, no matter what, you keep moving forward. No matter what people have tried to take from you, you continue to work towards a new start, a new future, to thriving instead of just surviving and living, right? And you are able to do this because you cannot be broken. Even if they break your heart, your spirit cannot be broken because you draw your power from God, who is infinite. And therefore, you, as long as you continue to do that, will forever be infinite. And touch not my anointed. You are anointed by God, okay? You are one of God's children. You are one of God's favorite people. You are anointed. You have a purpose here. If nothing else, that purpose may just be to continue to keep moving forward. Because in you doing this, you are teaching by example others to do the same. And I refuse to believe that the best days of my life are behind me. Better days, the best days, are just ahead and never ending, and you're almost there. This is beautiful. I mean, I'm telling you, I couldn't have handpicked better cards for this message. It's so clear and like concise and accurate, and let's see what we can get from this deck here about this two of wands, three of wands, plan, preparation. Okay, what are we? Okay. Into me I see or so, and a merry motive. And we have the number 8, which is infinite, right? And 20, which is actually judgment. So, but I'm just getting very much so that it's like, you're doing this for yourself, right? A merry motive, the best motive, is to better yourself, for the betterment of yourself and therefore humanity, because the more that we individually strive to be better, do better, right? Become better people, the better the world will be and the better the future will be. And it's like, into me I see, it's like you can see this, you understand this, you see into the future, you see the possibilities, and you see how to get there. Maybe not every single step, but the bigger picture, you see it. And also so it's like you see that when you sow seeds into yourself, loving seeds into yourself, and then you are able to then pour out more loving seeds into others. Anything else from this deck? Okay. So, especially with this deck, I don't usually take reversals. However, this orphaned came out in the reverse, and I feel that there's a purpose and a reason, and that is that you may feel orphaned. You may have been orphaned. You may have been abandoned by your parents, your friends, everyone. You may have lost your parents and anyone else, in your life. Any kind of parental figures. But I'm getting that, even it's like when you're alone, you're never really alone, because you're not orphaned, no matter what, whether your parents are here or not, whether you have a relationship with your parents or not, whether they're alive or dead. You're not orphaned, because it's like God is your parents, right? Spirit is your lineage, your ancestors, right? And they are with you always. Yeah, I'm just going to put the rest of those back, because that's the only one that I feel really sits with me. Can you give us some more insight and clarity into this message about what it is exactly that we're planning for, and how, we're supposed to get there? Calm, okay. So this is like one of the goals, right? But it's also how you get there. It's just finding your inner peace, simplifying your life. The number 14, I've been seeing that number a lot lately. And I'm actually, why the heck not? Gonna look up the symbology of the number 14 and see what comes up. In numerology, number 14 is often associated with adaptability, resourcefulness, and independence. Right. So that's great. You know, it's like meditation, simplifying, being adaptable, remaining calm no matter what comes at you, right? Resourcefulness, using your resources to the best of your ability in order to help you maintain your calm and peace, and independence. That really, so many people are afraid of being alone, in every sense of the word. Some people don't even want to be alone in a room with themselves. They just constantly want to be surrounded by other people. It's like they can't stand their own energy, or they can't stand to be alone with God. You know what I mean? And it's not healthy. In fact, we're born alone. We die alone. We are very much on this journey alone. Even though you're never really alone, because Spirit's always with you. But that's the thing, is that like you have to be okay with being alone, with being with God, with being with Spirit. And I think that a lot of people are kind of afraid because they don't understand. And it actually makes them feel a certain type of way. A way that is really very scary to them. It's like, for some people, being in a quiet room by yourself is as bad as, sitting in the darkest room of dark rooms. You know what I mean? Like some people are deathly afraid of the dark. Some people are almost deathly afraid of being alone. And, for some people, it's like, oh, they have to have, a romantic partner. You know what I mean? For some people, it's just surrounding yourself with family and friends, and that's great, you know what I mean? But you got to have a balance, and that's kind of where the calm and the meditation comes in. It's like finding that balance. In the Bible, the number 14 is said to be a sign of salvation, liberation, and release. That is beautiful. Absolutely. It's funny because number 13 is the number of death. So it's like, what comes after death is salvation, liberation, and release. It's like when you let go of the things that aren't good for you, it brings you calm, peace, salvation, liberation, and release. It's like you become released from all of these chains, these invisible chains that tied you. I love that. What else? Triumph. Okay, so victory. Again, it's the goal, but it's also the way. Just having an attitude of success, victory, achievement, triumph. Like be it if you want to achieve it, kind of thing. If you believe that you are successful, victorious, and triumphant, then you will be successful, victorious, and triumphant. Yeah, I like that. And the number 19 is also a number that I've been seeing a bit more of recently. But I'm not going to get into that right now. We'll save that for another day. Okay. Live and learn, number 27. So some people say that Earth is like a school for souls, right? The Earth school. You get sent to Earth when there's like, lessons that your soul needs to learn. So it's like you come to Earth to live and learn and grow your soul. Okay. Let's see. Maybe some of these. Authority. So I'm getting from this a bit of like rebellion, okay? Like rebelling against authority in order to become your own authority, in order to have authority over your own life. It's like death to tyrants kind of energy that I am getting from this. What else? Nothing from that deck, I think. Anything from this deck? Scribe, okay. There's something, you know, like when I got like activated, okay, like when my third eye got like forcefully opened, all right, and I began my spiritual journey, although I was already kind of on a spiritual journey, but this is really when I like started to realize that something was happening. There was something that, like a download that I got, and it said, I the scribe, okay? And it's like Metatron, right? Metatron is the angel known for like keeping record of everything. And that's kind of what I'm getting here, is that part of your mission was to come here and kind of collect data almost on where we're at, basically, in the process of spiritual evolution, and also to help progress and move forward in this spiritual evolution. And also that you may find that you gain some kind of power or authority over physically writing your story, whether it's just journaling every day, or you know, writing a letter to someone, or maybe writing a book, or even just like writing down downloads that you may get from spirit, right? Okay. I'm going to go with this deck next, I think. Is there anything in this deck that might help us add to this message or clarify some of this? Circle of Control. Okay. So I'm getting a bit of like, it's hard to describe, but the energy that I'm feeling, the vision that I'm being given is that like whatever powers that be, you know, that ruled over Earth were meant to be, you know, like we're given authority and meant to be here to help us. But at some point they began to oppress us. They did not want us to move forward. They wanted to hold us back, and, you know, like steal time, well, basically like just steal Earth itself. Like almost like they got a little bit jealous of what we had here. And I don't know if this is like a spirit, an entity, you know, like angels, maybe it's fallen angels, you know, maybe angels that were sent here to watch over and guide humanity. And at some point they got a little bit jealous and they wanted to participate, you know, so they started, I don't know, body jumping or body snatching, like hopping into bodies, like spirits taking over bodies that didn't belong to them. I can't exactly describe it, but that's kind of what I'm getting from this. And so it's created this war, basically, between like good and evil, and really just about like the liberation of Earth, of humanity, of the souls, because I think that Earth has become a kind of prison, but it was never intended to be that. Like, okay. So if you know anything about like Dolores Cannon and I can't remember some of the others, but like Alan Watts and stuff like that. Okay, like if you know anything about those people, they say everybody has like their theory, and some people say that like Earth is the school, right, for the soul, and other people say it's a prison planet. And I think that what I'm getting right now is that it is supposed to be a school, but it's like a school that got taken over and turned into a prison where like the souls aren't allowed to leave and they're not allowed to progress. Like maybe because you're supposed to progress onward from here to another planet or something. And it's like whatever entities were put in authority began to abuse that authority and didn't want the spirits to leave, which doesn't even make sense, because it's like, well, the spirits leave and then new spirits come in. Like, that just makes sense. Like, that's how it works. So why hold them back? Other than jealousy, right? They got a little bit jealous that like they wanted to be able to participate in some way. So they like forced their way in somehow. I'm not understanding exactly what this is about, but I'm getting to it may have something to do with like the Pleiades and like Pleiadians and Orion. An Anunnaki. I think the Anunnaki come from the Orion constellation, but I'm not sure. There's a lot going on there. And like I said, this may be way beyond for some people, but it's just different layers of the same thing. Do you understand what I mean? It's like, it's all the same story. It's just different layers and different points of view. Okay, and so circle of control. All right. Right, and it's like the battle for power over one's self, for authority over one's self. And maybe that is actually one of the lessons to be learned here on Earth. Like the rebellion. Maybe it's the rebellion lesson. Learning how to be rebellious in a way that is positive or beneficial, instead of just being rebellious to be rebellious. It's like being a rebel with a cause kind of thing, which is going to lead me to this deck. So right, knowledge. Okay. Is there anything else from this deck that might be helpful to us in this message? I'm going to give it one more turn and then we'll see anything. Okay. All right. So we have come down from your cross, Jesus wannabe. He already did it, so you don't have to. Stop sacrificing yourself. So I'm getting that this is another one of the lessons to be learned here on Earth, is that although it's good to want to be, Christ-like, Jesus already sacrificed himself, and he did it so that no one else would ever have to do that again, right? So it's like learning, the best lesson that you can learn from Jesus is not to sacrifice yourself. It's one thing to be loving, caring, and give of yourself, but it's another thing to like sacrifice yourself, to allow yourself to be taken, to be hurt, for the betterment of other people, right? For the betterment of other people, but that really, it's better to know that is not your purpose. Maybe that was Jesus's purpose when Jesus came, but it's not yours. Your purpose is, well, to learn other lessons, right? And it's like also learning lessons, like without having to actually go through what other people went through. It's like learning the lessons through the stories. This is very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. I'm getting into the tarot now with the Light Seers deck. Can you please tell us a little bit about this Two of Wands, Three of Wands, planning, progress? Like, what is it that we're supposed to be planning for? Okay, hidden. Secret plans. Secret. Okay, well, I guess it could be that it's different for everyone, or that it's just not time for that to be revealed quite yet. But maybe, we'll get something out of this. Okay. Well, we do have the Page of Wands, which can represent, like, freedom. Okay. So maybe it's been hidden that, it's like the illusion, maybe, of freedom. We've been made to think that we're free, to believe that we're free, maybe even in some cases to feel that we're free, but when in reality, we're still being ruled over by some kind of authority. And that true liberation, comes from within. The moon can also be subconscious. So maybe subconsciously, you really want and need to feel this freedom, but you can't. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords. It's like, you're being guided, okay, by the divine. And it's like you're a messenger, but like you've lost your vehicle or your vessel. Okay, I'm getting it. It's like people have lost control of their vessels. Okay, like I was saying, like they've been taken over, by this entity, this authority. Some might call it the devil. That could be it, That's what I'm getting from that. And that, you may feel like you've fallen behind in whatever it is you're supposed to be doing here. And maybe, I do think that as a whole, as humanity, we have fallen a bit behind. And that's why, we have this divine intervention going on here. Where, like I was saying before, like the Anunnaki and the Pleiadians kind of thing. It's like the Star Wars, like the energy wars, the entity wars, The war for humanity, the war for the souls of Earth kind of thing. It's bigger, it's bigger than we realize. But the fact of the matter is, it's also smaller and more simple than we realize, because it really begins and ends with each and every one of us as individuals. Once we learn that, and once we learn how to take control of ourselves and our vessels and move forward and learn and grow as we were meant to do, and even at times requiring rebellion in order to exert that independence and gain that freedom. Because it's like, think of it as a bully, right? If this authority is, they like to bully people, right? Well, what do bullies fear most? Their victims standing up for themselves, right? They bully you to keep you small because they fear your real, true strength. Especially if enough people stand together against them. That's why they want you divided, right? Divide and conquer. And so, these are all part of the lessons that we have to learn, in that the war is not, it's not between countries. It's not even really between planets. It is within yourself, but it is also outside of yourself, energetically, maybe for some physically. I hope this is making sense. I really do. I really hope. I'm trying my best to describe it. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. So it's like you're being offered like a new beginning from Spirit, divine intervention, like a new earth. We're being given the opportunity to create a new earth. Pentacles is about it's like the garden, right? Planting the seeds, watering the garden, reaping the harvest. So it's like you're being given an opportunity to create a new earth, to create a new life for yourself, because it's like whatever situation you found yourself in, it's like that was your old life, and you're being offered a new opportunity to move forward in a new life, but without having to actually die to get there. And it's like you get to actually help co-create this world with the divine. And so it's like, I feel like there's already been a victory over this hidden authority, right? This bully, of an entity or energy. And so it's like you've already won that battle. And so now, what the plan is to just move forward now and leave all that in the past. Move forward in your own authority, in creating the life that you want for yourself, the future that makes you happy, and that is best for you, and maybe your family or children, right? And being at one with God and at peace. What else? Ooh, hello. Right? Okay, there we go. Confirmation, thank you. 6 of Wands, victory, right? So it's like you've already triumphed. You've already, succeeded in overcoming this energy. You've won the war, right? You haven't just won the battle. You had many, many, many battles, but you've actually won the war entirely. You've won the war. And so now you get to move forward, and live the champion's dream life, It's like you made it to the top of Mount Olympus. Now you get to reside with the gods, kind of thing. maybe because in some way you are a god. You've unlocked this like god level status. And again, it's like, it's part of this earth school, okay? And you are, you're doing very well at it. It's like, I'm getting that like, maybe you've actually graduated, because we reincarnate so many times here on earth, and it's like you finally passed the final lesson. And so like, it's like when you die this time, you will actually get to move on from this place. Like you earned your freedom, kind of thing. But that in the meantime, you get to live a victorious life. You get to live, in like heaven on earth kind of thing from now until then, until you pass away, which I'm getting is going to be a very, very, very long time from now. You get to live a long and happy life. Anything else? Is there anything else that we need to know about this planning, preparation? Can you tell us, actually, specifically, like, how are we supposed to be planning? Like, I get what we're planning for. That's been made very, very clear. We get, we understand the goal. We understand even a bit of, like, the how. But, like, is there anything specifically that you can tell us about how, like, to help those who are, still trying to get there or understand? Like, what's the how? And what is it that we need to do? Okay. 3 of Cups. So I'm getting that, like, once you reach this state of, like, victory, it's important to help your community, to become a part, if you're not already, to become a part of your community, to lift and raise the vibration of your community, whether that's your family, but I'm getting more, it's actually, like, your community, like, whether that means church, volunteer work, being involved in the school, or, like the kids' activities, like being a coach, or, like doing Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, and, donating your time, picking up trash off the side of the road, like volunteering, being a good citizen, helping to create, better, stronger communities, because this helps raise the vibration, so that the whole point is you got out, and now you have to help others do the same. You have to help lift other people up. You have to help them understand. And sometimes that just means, it's an emotion. It's an emotion, but it's also like the wands, it's action. So yeah, all right. Right, okay. Yeah, it's just a big clump of cards that, like, okay, we have the Fool, the Hierophant, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, the Empress, the Six of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Four of Swords. So it's basically just a lot of cards to say what I'm getting is that, like, basically like what I just said, like, you need to help others understand, like, that they're on a spiritual journey, or help them to get onto their spiritual journey of enlightenment. There's going to be, like, things working against you along the way, but, like, leaning on this, like, divine feminine energy, to transition, and maybe, a little magic, and, like, communication, meditation, stability, like mental stability, like helping people get like grounded. So like I said, it's basically just like taking these ideas, all the things that you've learned along the way, and help bringing them into your communities in whatever way you can, whatever way that means to you. Okay, great. So I hope that this has helped you in some way, shape, or form. I hope, if nothing else, it has entertained you for a few moments in time. And I hope that if you haven't already, you will like, share, and subscribe to the video and to the channel. And if you are already liked and subscribed to the video and or the channel, you will turn on the notifications so that you don't miss any of our messages. And yeah. Bye.